Hello everyone, I'm Randy Arrington and welcome to the 7th episode of Page Valley Living. We're here today underground in the wonderful world of Luray Caverns to talk about a special event coming up this weekend. This is a place where over 500,000 people from all over the world come to visit, and this weekend there will be hundreds coming to Luray Caverns to participate and enjoy the holiday music that will be part of caroling in the caverns. We have with us today Dennis Fleming from the Caverns Shrine Club and Katie McDaniel with Luray Caverns, and we'll be talking to them in just a few minutes about this weekend's event. But first, before we go to headlines, let's tell you a little bit about our sponsor, Luray Caverns. From well-lighted paved walkways, explore cathedral-sized rooms with ceilings 10 stories high and walk among huge chambers filled with towering stone columns. Come visit Geology's Hall of Fame, only at Luray Caverns. Visit them online at luraycaverns.com to plan your trip today. We are filming on Tuesday, December the 5th, and our 7th episode of Page Valley Living will be airing on Wednesday, December the 6th. And now for headlines, looking back at the week that was in the Page Valley. On Monday night, the Page County Board of Supervisors allocated an additional $100,000 to hire 3 additional paramedics for the county's EMS services. The funds will pay salaries and benefits for the remaining 7 months of the fiscal year. County officials are hoping that the state will kick in to help EMS staffing in the next budget cycle. Also on Monday's meeting, supervisors agreed to put an immediate stop to electronic skill games in the county. An October 14th decision by the state banned the electronic games often seen at convenience stores, which were initially given a reprieve during the COVID pandemic to help provide revenue for small stores. Now both the state and the county have banned these games. Supervisors this week also raised income allowances for those applying for the tax relief for the elderly and disabled program. And they also had a couple of appointments. Catherine Greck was reappointed to another 4-year term on the Planning Commission to represent District 1, while Jim Prince was appointed to the Social Services Board in District 5. 2 town managers are stepping down in the county. Luray's Steve Burke and Shenandoah's Juanita Roudabush are both leaving their positions at the end of the year. Stanley Town Manager Terry Pettit, who has been contemplating retirement in recent years, told Page Valley News this week he intends to stick around for a little while and see a few more projects through before reaching retirement. In the world of sports, basketball season now in full swing in Page County, and the Page County girls team has had the best start so far at 1-1. The Panthers picked up a 49-40 win last Thursday over East Rock at home. The Page boys are currently 0-1 with a tough loss on the road at East Rock on that same night. Luray boys basketball is also 0-1 after a loss to East Rock, while the Luray girls have already played 4 games so far. They're 1-3 on the season, picking up a win 48-44 over Broadway on Friday. Now, folks, for coming up this weekend, activities in the Page Valley celebrating the holidays. Down in Shenandoah, they have a couple things going on this weekend. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, December 9th, the Town of Shenandoah Museum and Welcome Center will host Santa Claus at the museum. Photos can be taken down at 507 First Street in Shenandoah. At 6 p.m., going over to Big Jim in Shenandoah, where they're going to have the Shenandoah Christmas tree lighting as well. That's at 736 4th Street in Shenandoah, again at 6 p.m. on Saturday. And of course, from 6 to 8 p.m. right here in Luray Caverns, it's Caroling in the Caverns this Saturday, December 9th, hosted by the Caverns Shrine Club in cooperation with Luray Caverns. You can enjoy performances from local ensembles, choirs echoing off stone formations, and chambers. Unique holiday experience, folks. It's only $20 to participate, and all proceeds, the tickets sold at the door, will benefit Shriners Hospitals for Children. That's this Saturday, December 9th, 6 to 8 p.m., and it's called Caroling in the Caverns. And now let's talk a little bit more about Caroling in the Caverns right here with Dennis Fleming from the Caverns Shrine Club again, and Katie McDaniel with Luray Caverns. Thank you both so much for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Now, looking at this weekend's event, it's called Caroling in the Caverns. Now, I want you to Katie, tell us a little bit about what that's about. Am I going to be expected to sing?
No, you can if you want. If you feel inclined to let out a song, absolutely, you're welcome to. But we have some amazing local ensembles and performance groups coming from here in Luray, but also outside of Luray. And yeah, you're going to have about nine different performance acts. And you'll be able to walk through the caverns at your own pace and listen to the beautiful music in the caverns.
Wow. And I have been to this in the past, and I know that you hear everything from maybe a choir singing traditional holiday music, carols, but also it's such a mix. I remember there was a mother and daughter duo who did a bluegrass version of "Oh Beautiful Star of Bethlehem," and man, that ringing off these stone formations was amazing. Well, who are some of the specific groups that you might have this year?
Well, we have Luray High School Choir coming, Central High School, the Our Lady of the Valley Catholic Church will be coming. There's a big variety. Hands of Harmony, it's a bell ringer group. That's always a favorite. It's
Morning
really
Star.
cool. Morning Star
Church,
Lutheran Church.
Okay.
The ER Church Youth Choir from Andre King's
Andre
Rec
King's
Center
group.
will be here as well.
That's a new addition.
Yeah. We even have an employee here at the Caverns, Paul Strassner, that will be performing. Another little bluegrass group called Parkway Express. So yeah, we have Valley Chorale. So yeah, amazing groups.
Wow, and a different mix of things. That's excellent.
A lot of different genres, so that's good.
We have a lot of new groups this year.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing this now for several years. About how many folks do you usually get, Dennis?
We have been getting on the average of about 300 to 400 folks a night through the last 3 years. Over the last 3 years, it's been pretty good attendance.
Well, I tell you, and not only is this, I mean, and folks, it truly is. I've been here a couple times for this. It is a unique holiday experience that you're not going to get anywhere else, but it's also for a tremendously amazing cause in Children's Hospital, Shriners Hospitals for Children's. I got it right there on another try.
Right.
Now, you told me before there's 20-some across the country?
22 hospitals across the country. They specialize anything from burns to spinal injuries to cleft palate, brain misfunctions, and different things.
With so many medical facilities out there, there's hospitals out there, why is Shriners Hospitals for Children so important to the care of these young people?
Well, they have, over the onset of Shriners Hospitals, a dedication to taking care of pediatrics, and they have some of the best doctors in the world that work for Shriners Hospital for Children, and it is done without regard to expense to the family. So when they're taking on the responsibility, when Shriners takes on the responsibility to care for the child, it's up to through their 18th year.
Until they're 18?
Yeah, until they're 18.
Wow.
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's also there's different kinds of care for maybe even if there's long hospital stays to help the family.
Yep, travel expenses, hotels, meals, we covered all.
And you don't ask them for a dime?
No dime, not a dime.
Wow. Well, tremendous cause, tremendous event. Now, Katie, how did this come about? Was this something, I heard this was your brainchild at one point.
Well, kind of, yeah. We were greatly inspired. A few years ago, I attended a Christmas event at Grand Caverns. They had a musical Christmas event very similar to what we're doing here, and that made such a big impact on me. And I knew we could bring it here, but we wanted to do it for a cause. And I started talking to Dad about it, and this is my dad, by the way. And I started talking to Dad about it, and he's like, we could do this for the Shriners Children's Hospital and raise money. It would be a great thing. And so, yeah, that's where it just sparked that to make it a charitable event, and all while bringing the community together a little bit.
And if I want to come now and I want to be at this event and I enjoy this wonderful caverns, enjoy the wonderful music, you sure I don't have to sing?
No, you do not have to sing. You do not have to sing anything. You can just walk through and enjoy it.
That's a relief. I don't want to cause any of these stalactites to fall down or anything like that.
We don't want that to happen either.
Well, thank y'all so much. Hey, we're going to take a really quick break to visit with our sponsor again. Will y'all stick around and play a game called 5 W's?
Absolutely.
All right.
Sure.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much. We'll be right back in a moment talking more about caroling in the Caverns this Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here at Luray Caverns. And, of course, that is our sponsor who we'd like to visit with once again. The Smithsonian Institution once said, quote, "It is safe to say that there is probably no other cave in the world more completely and profusely decorated than that of Luray." Come see Mother Nature showing off only at Luray Caverns. Visit them online at luraycaverns.com to plan your trip today. And now back to Dennis Fleming and Katie McDaniel. We're going to play the 5 W's. Now, I know you don't know what that is, but all I'm going to do is ask you some simple questions. A who, a what, a when, where, and why. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Maybe.
Ready as you'll ever be, right? All right, here we go. Who, and this could be a famous person, living or dead, not a famous person, a family member, anyone you can think of, who would you most like to invite to share Christmas dinner with your family?
It's a tough one, but I would have to say, I can't pick just one, probably all 4 of my grandparents.
Okay.
We miss them, so yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. My grandfather passed away when I was 8 years old, and I would love to visit with him again. How about you?
Well, she took my answer.
Okay, all right.
But I would say probably some of the founding fathers
Oh,
of our
wow.
country would be fun to sit
Do you have a
down and-
favorite founding father?
Well, Washington and Jefferson both are
Jefferson's
wonderful
one of
people.
mine, yeah.
Yep. So that would be awesome to sit down to dinner with them folks and talk about that.
Jefferson was closer to my height, so I think I would like him better than Washington. I'd
Yeah,
be kind of looking
yeah.
up
He
at
was
him a
he was
little bit
big,
there.
towering man. Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
There's so many, but I love How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim Carrey's version, though. Yeah.
I have a friend in another part of the state who runs a florist, and he's a florist, and every year he dresses up as the Grinch, and they sell Grinch ornaments, and they go all out on the Grinch. How about you?
Well, I don't watch too many movies.
Okay, all right.
But I would say as a child, I loved Rudolph.
All the claymation
Yeah,
ones,
the claymation, the old claymation. And
Remember that abominable snowman?
oh, yeah,
Now, he kind of scared me a little
he
bit.
was, yeah. And Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah,
they were great.
They were good. They really were. They really were. When did you start decorating for Christmas?
Last week?
You sound about like
Behind the
me.
game. Too much going on.
Are you a decorator? Do you
Well,
decorate?
my wife put me to task the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. And that's when it should be.
That's
Day
right.
after
Yep,
Thanksgiving.
yep,
I've said this
exactly.
for 3 shows in a row now. Those folks who start decorating for Christmas before Halloween, I don't know. I don't know about that. You got to give each
Let Thanksgiving have its glory.
and Halloween, both of them. Yeah. I'm going to direct these last 2 here to Dennis. Where is the closest Shriners Hospital for children?
Okay, there's 2 that we support primarily from our local chapter, and that is Greenville Hospital in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
And Philadelphia Hospital in Philadelphia.
And you have visited both of those.
Well, I have visited Greenville in
Greenville,
South
okay.
Carolina in maybe 2019 when we did our first event. Maybe.
And you hand delivered the
Yeah,
check. I
hand
believe.
delivered a check, and that gets back to this event has generated in excess of $55,000.
Wow.
In 3 years.
Going directly to those
Going
hospitals.
directly 100% to the hospitals and transportation. So that way we can get them to the hospital and take care of their needs as well.
Wow. And again, they don't ask a penny from the
No,
family.
it doesn't matter how wealthy the family is. If they apply, a child needs assistance, and they apply, and if the Shriners take that child on, it's until they're through their process as a child.
That is truly amazing. And you having been so closely tied in the Shriners, but also have visited these hospitals, and you've seen what goes on inside there. That makes this last question perfect for you here. Why is Shriners Hospitals for Children so important to the care of these children? You hit a little bit on it before, but let's hit that again.
When you have a child, some families have children that they don't see a way to get that child fixed with curvature of the spine or loss of a limb, and they go through life, some of them without ever having an opportunity to walk. So when we went to Greenville Hospital in South Carolina, they do a lot of the children's prosthetics. And when you see those little arms being attached to a young child and they can use that arm again, it's amazing. Or legs replaced and they can walk again. You know, that's touching.
That's beyond life-changing.
It is. It
That
is.
we take for granted.
Things that we take for granted, and they can do it, and the families don't have to worry about whether they can afford it. So,
Well, God bless you for the work you do, and I'll tell you, it is amazing what the Shriners do. It is an amazing cause. It's an amazing event. Folks, it's this Saturday night, Caroling in the Caverns. Not only a unique holiday event, you're going to hear wonderful music. You're going to see a world-renowned attraction, and it's going to be 6 to 8 p.m. this Saturday, December 9th, right here at Luray Caverns. I want to thank Dennis Fleming for being
Thank you.
here,
Thank
and
you.
Katie McDaniel. Thank you so much for being here today.
I would also like to say one thing. The rest of the Caverns Shrine Club
Yes.
helps a lot. All the members in this community that's in the shrine and the Caverns
staff,
employees. They the staff and Luray Caverns donates this place
Wow.
for
Wow.
us to use. So we want to thank them.
You remind me of one question. While I've got you here, I've got a unique situation. I'm going to ask you one last question. It's unrelated to our event, and it's not on the script.
Okay.
I remember as a kid growing up, every Christmas parade I went to, the Shriners were driving around in little
Oh yeah.
with the little cars. I don't see that anymore. Why is that?
Well, it's one of those things that they're maintenance, and
Yeah.
a lot of the older folks did that, and today we have the Hillbillies out of Waynesboro
Okay.
group as a Akka Temple Shrine group too, and they do have some of that stuff now, and I think over in New Market, there's a couple of guys over there that's gathering up some.
So there's a few.
You may see them
There's a
again.
few.
You may see them again here.
That was my favorite part of the parade, is to see them
Yep.
just buzzing around. They do the figure eights.
Oh
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah.
I had to ask. I was thinking about that last night, and I said, I got to ask Dennis.
We like to have fun.
Well, thank you all again so
Thank
much
you.
for being here. And let me be among the first to wish you a Merry Christmas and a
Christmas.
Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
And the same goes for all of you
Merry
out there.
Christmas.
We want to tell you we've got some more shows coming up soon with more holiday content coming up right here on Page Valley Living. We want to say thanks again to our sponsor, Luray Caverns. We want to say thank you to Eleanor Arrington for her work behind the camera today. If you enjoy the show, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and please click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. And finally, make sure that you go and visit all of our furry friends down at the Page County Animal Shelter and help them find a forever home. Until next week, I'm Randy Arrington saying, enjoy that Page Valley living.